Okay, hello. In this meeting, we will be discussing ANOVA and also the box plot question that the professor said it will come in the exam. So let's start with ANOVA. What does ANOVA stands for? ANOVA. It stands for Analysis of Variance. I'm too lazy to write it. It's just Analysis of Variance. Just trust me on that. And what this does is, let me go through my notes just to be sure. Okay, so there's different types of ANOVA. In our syllabus, we will only be doing one-way ANOVAs. And what one-way does is it checks the effect of one thing on the other. Like in this example, we are checking so there's popcorn, like popcorn yield, which means the amounts of popcorn based on the brand. So our null hypothesis is that the amount of popcorn is not affected by the brand of popcorn. So we load the popcorn.mat. It's a data file. If they ask you to do the ANOVA in the exam, they will already have loaded the popcorn.mat file. In which case you just do ANOVA ANOVA and you pass in popcorn as a parameter. Now ANOVA will give this table as the result, and this table is where all the good stuff is. So the important data is this F value. So you're asking what type of questions can come from ANOVA. They could ask you to do an ANOVA, for example, to check check the effect of cylinders on acceleration. For example, they will give the cylinders in the car and the acceleration, and you will just have to do the ANOVA on that. There's also the group means. If you look at the notes, I solved it there. It's ANOVA on the popcorn and also the group means. If you pass in the result of an ANOVA to the group means function, it will show a table of the relationships, and using that they can ask you, okay, which brand had the highest effect on the yield of popcorn. Most common though, most likely, what I've heard that the professor will give is that he will give this table and he will ask stuff from this. So for example, so now in the table, what is the important stuff? F, which is the stat value. For example, there was a Z value, which is the result of the Z test. There is a T value, which is the result of the T test, and also the Chi2 stat value. Basically, this is the result of the ANOVA test. DF is the degrees of freedom. It's not relevant though. This is relevant, P value. So P value, we will be given an alpha. So maybe we will be given confidence, let's say 93%. 93% confidence, which means 0.07 alpha, which means, okay, so we compare the p-value to the alpha. If the p-value is smaller than the alpha, it means our null hypothesis is rejected. What is the null hypothesis? That the popcorn yield is not affected by the brand of popcorn. If this is smaller than the alpha, by the way, if alpha is not given, alpha, the confidence is always assumed to be 95%, which means the alpha is always assumed to be 0.05 if it's not given. This is smaller than 0.05, which means our null hypothesis is rejected, which means that popcorn yield is in fact affected by the brand of popcorn. Also for the group means, just check the group, and it's not really that relevant. This table is the most relevant thing. And I guess here they have some other stuff. So if the p-value is smaller than the alpha, that means your null hypothesis is rejected. If it's bigger than the alpha, that means null hypothesis has been accepted. What is the p-value again? The alpha, I think the confidence will be given. You can find the alpha from there. If the confidence is not given, then you can assume it to be 95%. The p-value is just the p-value. Just remember it like the purpose of the p-value here. It's like an X-ray. Do you know why X-rays are called X-rays? Google it, it's a funny reason. And popcorn question group means it's done. Okay, box plot. Uh, Let me open the picture of the box plot. What did you say is rejected again? The null hypothesis. The null hypothesis is the primary assumption we make. For example, in this case, the primary, okay, you get it right. Where's the box plot image? Oh. Okay, so box plot is something that I am pretty sure will come. It's like a 90% chance because the professor himself showed it in class to someone. Yeah, I know, screen is gone. I'm resetting the visible stuff first and another. Right. So this is the box plot question. He will give some data and he will ask you to predict which of the box F value. Just remember the F value. F value is the result of the ANOVA. They can ask it in the exam. Like, what is the F value? It's like this. It's like finding the equation from here. It's just something you find for the sake of finding it. So yeah, box plot. So they will say they will have a vector of data here. Let's just assume that is 14. So let's put this at 5, 14, 4, 8, 16, 14. And they say which box plot displays the data correctly. So for predicting this, you have uh, th yeah, 3 steps. The first step is, do you see these red lines? These are the medians. The median is basically the middle point of a data. So the first step you do is find the median. I'll just type this one. The F value is just something you use in answers. Yeah, it's just something that they can ask for. Okay, so the first thing you do is you find the median and see that, okay, let me see. Uh, Median of data. It says the median of data is 11. So we will see which of these red lines comes closest to 11. This is like 14. This is literally 11. But the problem is both of these look close to 11, right? I think this is closer to 12. But yeah, both of these are closer to 11. So the step one, it wasn't an easy, huh? Oh, I need to sort first. How do I sort? I think like this. That's how I sort in MATLAB, right, Ricardo? Hmm. Ricardo, I just got confirmation from Sadman I don't need to sort. You know what? Let's see if the median changes if I sort, just for the sake of science. Hmm. See, the median is the exact same of the sorted one and the unsorted, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so the median, we weren't able to find a landslide. So now these lines above, actually, is it this solid line or is it that smaller line? Can someone confirm which is the upper quartile? Okay, so this line is the upper quartile. This is the lower quartile. So now you want to find the upper quartile. That's step two. Yeah, but Fuad, well, is this black? The top one is the maximum. Okay. Okay, so the step two is to find the upper quartile and see if you can, figure out where that is. So you already know how to find the upper quartile. Use quantile and quantile of what? Data. Okay, and what is the point? The point is 0.75. 14. 14 is the upper quartile. So these two are the contenders, right? Which one is closer to 14? This upper quartile is 18. This is closer to 14. Yeah, this is the closest to 14. Now, thing is, it's not accurate because that last number is hidden, which is a problem. Yeah, I know. We don't need to sort the data. Yo, is it Dr. Shandar himself is saying we don't need to sort the data to take the median. I know we don't have to sort the data. I was just doing it to prove a point. Where did I get the 0.75 from? It's to find the upper quartile. If you remember from the first class, Fuad is saying let's assume the number is 18. Sure, why not? Let's assume the number is 18. The median is still the same. The upper quartile changes to 16. Well, thing is the professor himself said it's 16. But you know what? I will trust Mustafa. Okay, Mustafa is saying the last number is 14. He sounds trustworthy. Thing is, what if the professor will just rickroll us again? No, Anand. No, 17. Well, wait, Anand, how can it be 17 if there's something poking out over there in the middle? If it's 7, then the poking out thing would be at the bottom. No, bro. See, it's not poking out at the bottom. No, the professor is right here in the chat. He's Shandor. Professor, you need to prove that you're the professor, Mr. Shandor. What is the admin password? Max is the missing number. Well, Anand, if it was 17, then why would it be poking? I think it's 14. Yeah. No, bro. Dr. Shandor is too smart to have admin password as the password. He literally rickrolled a class despite being like a PhD, and PhD people, they seem normally they're out of touch. But he knew enough about memes to rickroll everyone. Now I think, do we not know the correct answer? No, it's literally cropped. I have no idea from where that person took the picture of this. Who is the person? I have no idea about anything. I think it's from the lecture slides or something. No, don't worry. It's not Professor Chandar. It's some guy with the name Chandar. Let me change his name. Where is it? There. Okay. So the upper quartile, if we take 14. Oh wait, Satma Muhammad Amar just tagged me. Yeah, he has the whole question. Okay, the correct answer is C. Man, I'm not putting in all the. Oh yeah, that's the profile picture. Okay, so we have the plots, right? We find the upper quartile, and let's also find the lower quartile, just to show you how to do it. Quantile, and we pass in the data, and we give 0.25. So the the median, and people are asking me why the professor. He said that's not the professor. So the median is 11, the upper quartile is 14, and the lower is 5. See this? Well, the upper quartile is 12. Okay, this is a failure. This suits this fits the bill. So C, and C is the correct answer. Yeah, there you go. It's solved. I mean, come on, it's close enough to C. If you see, the thing is, we don't know the last number, and I don't want to go all the way. Like, I don't want to go all the way from 1 to 10. You know what? You want to do it? Fine, let's do it. 12? Okay, so the 14 median. Okay, you know what? Let's trust the professor. 16. If it's not 16, you're getting kicked out of the meeting. Bandur, whoever this guy is, you're getting kicked out if it's not, if it doesn't work out. Middle, 11. Okay, let's see. Small, 5, 16. Is it, there was 16 correct? No, two-way ANOVA is not included. It's 14, apparently. Yeah, we already tried it. Okay, let's just do 14 and eyeball the thing. Okay, it's 14 and it's C. But you now have an idea of how to eyeball it, right? That's all that matters. Because the professor said that you won't have enough time, to solve the whole thing. It's 30 minutes for 6 questions, which gives around not enough time, basically. What is the type of question that might be asked on the ANOVA topic? The professor said that it could be like a table. Most likely it's going to be a table, and we will have to look at the output of the table. Stuff like the F value. Well, I don't have any output of ANOVA. Hmm. No, there's only two official professors. There's Professor Pechora Shandor and Professor Barta Tila. The guy here is a professor from Tamu, straight from Tamu University. Anyway, we're done. Any questions about this? ANOVA? What are your problems with ANOVA? See, that's the thing. We're not really confirmed about ANOVA. The best thing I can do is just look at the ANOVA result again. But even Sadman said that it's. See, this is the result of an ANOVA. Yeah, there will be a table given. And yeah, for the box plot, we just check. And yeah, for ANOVA, you have the table. Maybe he will ask you what is the result value of the ANOVA calculations, ANOVA statistical test. You give the F value. Maybe they will give you the table and they will say, okay, this is the alpha. Does is a null hypothesis accepted or not? If the p-value is smaller than null hypothesis, it is rejected. If the p-value is bigger than alpha, then the null hypothesis is accepted. Like, and we have to write the missing value. Do you mean like this? Okay, in that case, you should probably do these as well. The sum of squares represents a measure of variation from the mean. TF represents the degrees of freedom. Hmm. But Shiva, what you're asking, that you should probably post the description to the group and tag Sadman. because that stuff is out of my pay grade. If I try to explain it to you, I might give you a wrong explanation. The stuff that I have covered so far, CDF, you don't need to worry about CDF for now. Any questions about the stuff that I have covered? Three, two, one. All right, then I'll stop the recording.